Hi, my name is Elaine and I go to Maple Point Middle School. I like to do art things like paint and draw. I also make movies with some of my friends that want to be filmmakers, and I do the makeup and act. Most of the male generation before my parents served in the Army, including my grandpa, but he doesn't talk about it. I remember there being a picture of him in his uniform, young, on the refrigerator. I never knew who it was until somebody brought it up, asking me if I knew who the man in the age photo even was. In social studies class, we spent a class researching Memorial Day, as researching often gives things more meaning. I learned that it was originally called Decoration Day, and I don't really know why people feel the need to change the name of everything. I would like to thank you for your service, even if you've heard it a million times before. Without the help of people like you in our country, it wouldn't be here where it is today. Have a glorious Memorial Day and have some pancakes.
Dear veteran, my name is Gus Italian and I attend Maple Point Middle School. Some leisure activities or hobbies, if you will, that I love to do are going fishing at my shore house, playing baseball, and wrestling. Do you have any hobbies you enjoy doing? To relate, my grandpa was an engineer and drove tanks when going to war. I'm glad I am writing this letter because I feel someone special like you deserves to be honored and appreciated on a special day like Memorial Day. In social studies class, we learned that another name for Memorial Day is Decoration Day, which is what Memorial Day was originally called. Also, I want to share that Memorial Day isn't always celebrated on the last Monday in May, and some traditional activities associated with Memorial Day are displaying flags and visiting soldier parades. Another cool fact about Memorial Day is in 1966 when Congress and President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York the birthplace of Memorial Day. I would like to thank you for all your service, for all the rough times you have been through. This letter means so much to me and should to you, because this letter warms my heart as I hope it does yours. I would like to thank you for fighting for my rights and my friends' rights and family's rights and our freedom. You mean so much to the world for being brave and having the courage to fight and protect us as a nation, and we wouldn't be a nation without you. Thank you for your service. Have a great Memorial Day.
Dear veteran, hello. My name is Sophie. I'm in 8th grade at Maple Point Middle School. While in 7th and 8th grade, you can participate in school sports. I engaged in field hockey and track. Outside of school, I play soccer for Humeville Soccer Club. At the moment, my favorite sport is track. I run the 55-meter hurdles and the 400-meter and the 4x4. In case you're not familiar with the term 4x400, it means 4 different people run the 400 and pass the baton off to another one of the 4 people. I really enjoy attending school. I like learning and gaining more knowledge. In the fall for Veterans Day, veterans from all over the community came to Maple Point. In class, we learned more about Veterans Day, and we are doing the same with Memorial Day. In social studies class, we did research on Memorial Day. Before we started this activity in class, I wasn't really sure what Memorial Day was. I knew it had something to do with veterans and war, but I wasn't sure. Now I know that before it was called Memorial Day, it was called Decoration Day. I also learned that in 1966, 100 years after the women in Columbus, Mississippi went to their local cemetery and decorated the graves for Confederate soldiers who had fallen at battles at Shiloh, Congress and President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York the birthplace of Memorial Day. I also learned what Memorial Day really celebrates, the soldiers who have fallen at battle. Thank you. I would like to thank you for serving our country and making us truly the land of the free. I know Memorial Day is a day to celebrate and commemorate the people who have served the country, but I still think you deserve to be thanked more often, not just on Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Thank you for serving our country.
Dear veteran, my name is Brianna. I am 14 years old and I am from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. I attend Maple Point Middle School, which is part of the Neshaminy School District. Outside of school, I help with many charities and local events where money is sent to families of military personnel. I have many interests in what men and women of the military do and have done for our country. Ever since I was 10, I gained an interest in anything that had a relation to war. I was influenced to learn about heroes like you as I grew up because of all the people around me. I have 2 veterans in my family and 6 very close friends currently serving. Based on the stories they all have told me, I couldn't even believe how important you are to our country and what you have been through to keep my family's safety and freedom. You have sacrificed many things, including your own safety, to keep everyone around you out of harm's way. I understand the danger you were put in because I had someone very close to me who was only 22 almost died last year in an IED explosion when he was in Afghanistan. That shows how much you are willing to give for our country. In social studies class, we learned that Memorial Day is always celebrated the last Monday in May. I think that Memorial Day should truly be celebrated every day because every day we live free because of those who have served and fought in the armed forces. Also, I learned that traditional activities associated with Memorial Day were that small flags are placed on each gravestone in Arlington National Cemetery. This tradition is my favorite because it brings everyone across the country together to honor the fallen. I believe Memorial Day is the most important day of the entire year because it not only honors the living or the dead, but anyone and everyone who ever served. The sacrifice you gave will forever be remembered and honored. I would like to thank you and your comrades for placing yourself between us and danger. Thank you for braving the unspeakable horrors of war. Thank you for being a conscience to our nation. Thank you for serving as a heroic example of what our nation is and what we can dream to be. Thank you for your service. Whether you were in the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, or even the Navy, I thank you for all that you have done. You may not know it, but you have made a great change in my life, and I admire you for that. Thank you.